I want to see. I want to see you. To see you high lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. To see you high lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. You are holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. I want to see you.
Okay, so I started delving into our scripture right when Laura Jean sent it to me, which I think was either last Saturday or Sunday night. Monday, maybe. I was laying in bed and I was like, oh, I'm just going to do this right now. And I read many different versions, as I always do. And I always go through and read them and take notes and write things down. And I did not know what I was going to talk about. And that lasted for the whole entire week until I talked to my mom when I was in the coffee line, I think on Saturday. Was it yesterday? Just yesterday. Way to wait to the last minute to do what you're supposed to do. But I told her, I don't know what to say. What do I say that's already not been said in that scripture that we can imagine in our own minds? And so she doesn't know that she's my inspiration for today. But my mom said that she always thought about it as Jesus knowing exactly what was going to happen to him, and he still chose to ride on that donkey and go into Jerusalem without another thought. He prayed on it, he decided, he knew, and he still went. So that got me thinking, could I do that? Would I be willing to do that? If I were put in that situation, could I bear that burden of saying that, oh yeah, I will die for everybody's sins. I can do that. Sure, I can. But is that really true? It's a really hard question to have to ask ourselves if we were put on the spot, if we could do that. So my answer to myself was, maybe, I don't really know. It was really muddled because we haven't been put into that situation. But I do know that God was sent here to die for us. He was given that extraordinary power. And I don't think that we would be able to do that because there's no one like him. There's no one like Jesus. So I started to think about the us part of it, the how Jesus was sent to save us. And Laura Jean, I just wrote something down when she was praying. She said, "You are coming for each of us." And that just went right with what I was talking about, because he came to save us. Now, when you think about us, it doesn't make you feel individualized. So I found this quote, supposedly from St. Augustine. There was some, I don't really know if it was true or not, but we're using it anyway. He said, maybe, if you were the only person on earth, Christ would have still suffered and died for you. He died for each of us individually, not just as a whole group, but each of us individually. He would die for me and you and everybody individually. So let us remember that as we come to his table today with our hands and fingers stretched out to be closer to him, that he died for each of us individually. Please help me to affirm that all are welcome at Christ's table.
And now we will remember Christ in the same way we do every week, and in the same fashion that he taught us on the last night of his life when he gathered with his disciples on Maundy, Thursday, just a few days after Palm Sunday. Surrounded by his friends, he took the bread, and after blessing it, he said, "This is my body. It is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And in the same way, after supper, he took the cup, and he said, "This is the cup of the new covenant. As often as you drink of it, do this also in remembrance of me." For Christ said that every time that we eat from this loaf or we drink from this cup, we tell the whole world who he is until he comes to be with us again. All are welcome at Christ's table.
Please pray with me. Dear God, thank you for the gift of your Son. Thank you for loving us individually and feeding our hearts, bodies, and souls with the bread and the cup.
All right, please join us on our final tune. Those old bad dreams been sleeping in your head. Those old dark clouds been hanging round your head. But all your hard times will vanish in the wind when the mighty clouds of joy rolling in. Holy Jesus, let your love seize us. Oh, let us find sweet peace still. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy roll in. those storm clouds slowly drifting by. Those old raindrops are fading from your eyes. Oh, Mr. Sun will shine on us again when the mighty clouds of joy rolling in. Holy Jesus, let your love seize us. Let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy roll in. Holy Jesus, let your love seize us. Let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy roll in.
Before our benediction, I want to remind you that we have the Holy Week bags out on the coffee bar. So if you have a kiddo who's your kid, grandkid, whatever, who's normally here, like Isabel, feel free to grab one of those bags for them. So you want to make sure that they all get their bags. And now for our benediction. Go now in peace, remembering Christ who overturned all of our expectations and who sacrificed his own life willingly so that each of us might truly live. Leave this place remembering Christ's example, following whatever path God has set you on this holy week, and loving and serving one another along the way. Amen.